I don't hear you. Are we feeling good? There we go. Female power today in this room. Can you feel the love and the energy? Are you ready for an amazing afternoon? Fantastic. I'm going to call on Miss Indrani. Ready to just give a warm welcome to everyone. And then we're going to begin our festivities.
Let me look around here. Right, I don't see the flower power so much. I see lots of black dress up in the room. Why is that today? Why aren't we owning our flower power? Yeah. So I love the Duk look. The team that came up with that, apparently there was a vote going around with the ladies in the office. So it's the first time I'm in one of the ensembles. I hope to make it through the first 2 minutes without it just falling down on me. Poor Wezi tried, and it was just sliding off my hair the whole time. And I said it didn't quite have the effect on how I looked at her versus when I put the phone to look at me, and I went, it doesn't look the same, but I'll pass it off to today. So from the healthy team, I don't see Brian and Sibo here. Okay, that he's going to get us more miles with Discovery, so that's a good reason for not being here. Where's Sibo? Are they warming up? So this was really, when we thought about Women's Month, we have a grand event at Regenesys in partnership with African Women in Business on the 24th of August. It's a Saturday. And they gave us limited numbers for our people. And it's because there's many industries from mining to agriculture to ICT that they want representation. So, and then I felt we're losing connecting with our ladies at Regenesys because only a limited number would come through. And we thought, what is the part of Regenesys that we really want to promote this year? We've done Women's Day year after year after year, and it becomes a highly excitable pep talk on the day, and we fizzle out again. So healthy is our brand at Regenesys that represents one of our 5 quotients, which is the physical quotient. And we've been promoting it recently. So today was about how do we combine women in health and wealth, but really focus on the physical and the emotional wellness of women. So the speakers that our events team has put together, one talks about, Katya will talk about self-care, and she runs a successful business doing this. I believe your event yesterday, I had raving reviews, I missed it, but raving reviews about your event yesterday around the same topic. So Katya is joining us today to really talk about self-care and prioritizing your health and wellness through self-care. Deshni is a pharmacist, registered pharmacist, and she's going to talk to us about nutrition and supplementing as we go on our journey from youth to blooming, from budding to blooming. And then we also have Penny, who's not here as yet, but she did indicate that she had a session, and Penny comes from a world of healing, and her talk is going to be around how our thoughts, let me get this right. Penny will talk around thoughts, intention, and how it affects our chakras and our auras. So I thought that was quite powerful as well, because you can't typically see a person's aura, but she believes that, well, she does this. She's going to show us through her session how we can do that. Then we have Deborah, one of our very own Regenians. And Deborah is somebody that's always a live wire, but she practices Muay Thai. And she's going to show us some of her moves today that keeps and manages her stress well. So we're not going to use it in your interdepartments to act upon others in a stressful situation. And Deborah's been known to use it in the boardroom, right, Deborah? Apparently so. But this is really techniques that you can use. And we're giving you glimpses around different parts. We can't put an entire wellness day together in 2 hours, but it's just glimpses, because we're hoping that each of us leaves here today with a tool set or a start of the journey of how to improve our physical and our mental and spiritual well-being. One of my commitments, I had a meeting with Ron Boertes today, and I said to him, I cannot believe it is August, and I have failed dismally in taking up healthy's gift on getting physically fit. So I said, Ron, you become my physical coach. The days that you book to go in, I'm going to book the same days. And so we created a buddy system because I said, you need to be healthy, and I certainly need to feel healthy. Looking healthy is one thing, but really feeling healthy, right? It's a disguise. You know, I know that I used to be able to use my stilettos and climb 8 flights of stairs. I can't even do 3 without feeling out of breath, even on flat shoes these days. So it's an indication that I'm not investing in myself. This morning at 6 a.m., a friend messaged me, a very healthy-looking friend of mine, messaged me to say that she's in hospital because for the last 3 weeks, her sugar levels have been tested at 14 every morning. Now, this is someone that I know is not a binger, is not a snack eater. She goes for walks absolutely every single week to the nature reserve. She goes to the gym at least twice a week. And the doctors cannot identify what's causing this. And that became like a knock on my door at 6 a.m. And I realized there's only so much of time that we can fool ourselves into believing that if we keep living the way we're living, that we're going to be healthy. Right? I want to tell you a little story that touched me as well. And I thought it reminded me of women when I read the story. It wasn't specifically around women, but I thought this story for me reflected how many women feel in their lives. And so there's a story that goes like this. A woman goes up to God and asks God, what is the value of life? And so God hands her a stone and tells her to go and find the value of the stone, but the rule was not to sell it. So she first takes the stone to a fruit seller, and she asks the fruit seller the value of the stone. And the fruit seller said, I'll give you 12 oranges, give me the stone. And so she explains, I cannot sell it, and she walks away. She walks further down the road, and she goes to a vegetable seller. And she asks the vegetable seller to tell her the value of the stone. And the vegetable seller tells her, I will give you a pocket of potatoes for the stone. And she says, no, I cannot sell the stone. She then walks further down the road, and she sees the sign of a jewelry store. And she thought, let me go in here. So she enters the jewelry store, and she places the stone in front of the jeweler, and she says, do you know the value of the stone? So he takes out his lens, and he examines the stone, and he looks at it from different angles, and then he says to her, I'll give you $100,000 for this stone. So she's shocked, from 12 oranges to a pocket of potato, $100,000. So she shakes her head violently. No. And he misunderstands, and he says, okay, I'll give you $150,000. So remember in negotiation to shake your head, right? And then she explains, no, I cannot sell the stone. So she walks out of the jewelry store, and she's on her way back home, but then she notices a sign that says, precious gems sold here. And she goes into the store that says precious gems, and she asks the man to value her stone. And he takes he looks at the stone, he goes into a back room, he takes out a red piece of velvet cloth, he places it down, he takes the stone from her, he places it there, and he starts to circle the stone. He goes around and around it, and then he puts his head in front of the stone, almost prostrating in front of the stone. And he says to her, if I sold my whole world, I couldn't afford the ruby, the unique precious gem that we've just placed in front of me. And so he doesn't bid to buy it, but she leaves with the stone and goes back to God. And she says to God, what is the value of life? And so God then says to her, you got your answer from the orange seller, the vegetable seller, the vegetable and the precious stone seller. They all explain to you the value of life. You may be precious and priceless, but people will only value you based on their level of expertise, information, and their belief in you. They will value you based on what they get out of you in exchange for what you give to them. They will entertain you for their ambitions and their ability to take risks. Don't fear. You will surely find someone who will discern your true value. Each of you here, and those of you that didn't make it here today, each of you are your very own unique, special gem. In a population of about 7.8 billion, there is no duplicate. You're not a diamond that can be weighted, measured, polished, and cleaned that will compete for its value in its market. You're the only species that is this unique. So why do we compete for value, for recognition? Why do we compete to replace each other when we are that unique? I hope this story will remind you on your days where you're being traded in for oranges, a pocket of potatoes, or $100,000. That you don't come with a price, but you come with value that contributes to make your world, your family, your society, your profession, the organization you serve, into a better place because you exist. Today we're honoring the women that have struggled, that have taken chances, that have been bold and courageous to demand rights of equality. We honor them because that is why you and I can actually have a vote that counts in a democracy. We honor them because we can take up positions, any position in any organization. We honor them because we're able to walk into institutions and get educated across the world. But it's not enough. It's not enough that on August 8th, 2024, we just honor the women of the past. We have to become, in 2024, the pioneers for the future women to occupy seats at C-suite level, on board level, whether you're an aeronautical engineer, whether you're an attorney, an educator. What are we doing to ensure that this disparity becomes lesser and lesser because we take a stand? Because August 8th started because of history. We are the present that create history for future generations. But we also the history that make an impact for ourselves. It's not good enough that we sit in South Africa where only 20% of board directors are female. Because females bring in a unique element. When you hear your peers talking about women being emotional, I used to cringe from that before, and I used to get so defensive. And it's only now where I can say, that is such a good strength to have emotions. It's such a powerful thing to be able to display love is an emotion, joy is an emotion. But when we hear emotion, we've been brainwashed into believing it means throwing tantrums. And I see more often my male colleagues throwing tantrums in a boardroom than the females. In fact, I've yet to see a female throwing a tantrum. And I don't just talk about Regenesys. Every board that I've yet to see a woman throw a tantrum. In fact, women overcompensate. for that. We overcompensate for the stereotyping, so we try to show less emotion. And today I want to tell you that emotion is a strength. It's so powerful when you can be authentically sad, authentically happy, because it's our emotions that actually tell us what's underneath. And we can work through it. Conflict resolution is based on what? Working through conflict. What is conflict? It's an emotion being stirred up. So we talk conflict, we talk negotiation. Everything we talk about is emotion. So the next time a man tells you you're too emotional and he's shouting, let him know shouting is an emotion. Anger is an emotion. Oppression is an emotion, right? And own it. It's the first time I can say, I'm proud to say, I'm an emotional human being. And it's okay, because that is what authenticity is about. And it's about bringing balance. And today is about helping us and equipping us with tools to bring balance. And our theme today focuses on wellness, health, acknowledging that true well-being extends beyond physical health to encompass mental and emotional balance. It's about feeling empowered and supported in every facet of our lives. Today, as we celebrate the achievements and discuss how we continue to push boundaries, whether it's in our professional fields, personal lives, or societal roles, it's about embracing our true potential, awakening our potential, and supporting each other as we strive for our own excellence, our own quality, because that is what brings in collective quality, collective excellence. We should never judge each other like we judge a fish to fly or an eagle to swim. We need to look at our strengths and embrace that for team diversity and team strength and unity. As we move forward today in the events, I encourage you to engage with all the sessions. We've got dynamic Melissa herself, who does Muay Thai as well, karate. I know that you do some martial arts, so don't mess with the women at Regenesys. You can see this. They're well equipped. So I encourage you to take advantage of the sessions today, participate, do the demos from where you are, and to take advantage of the empowerment sessions we have as well, and connect with our speakers afterwards. Here's to celebrating and supporting each other, breaking barriers, and embracing wellness today. Have a wonderful afternoon and happy Women's Day.
Rejuvenated. We have an amazing lineup of speakers today, and first of all, let me introduce Katiana. So Katiana is going to be, she's a seasoned personal trainer and massage therapist with over a decade of experiencing in transforming lives. Since 2013, she has empowered clients through personalized fitness and healing therapies. In 2020, she expanded her expertise by studying NLP and life coaching, integrating these tools to facilitate profound emotional and mental breakthroughs during her sessions. Passionate about personal development, Katiana is dedicated to helping women build a more empowering relationship with themselves, guiding them to live victoriously and authentically. And I think that is the theme today. I want Katiana to stand up, because as soon as I met her, I looked at her shirt and I was like, that is going to be my new mantra. And I wanted to show you the shirt before she goes on. Is that not what we are, women? I am woman. I speak my mind. I see my beauty. I feel my heart. I hear my truth. I breathe my passion. And I know my worth. Yes. Yes. Katiana, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Sure. Welcome, ladies, and thank you so much to everyone at this company for putting this together and for creating a space to empower women. You all look very beautiful today. So I actually gave this talk at an event last night, and one of my clients was attending, and she said to me, Kat, what do I wear? So I said, well, look, you're not coming to me for a massage, so I'm not going to ask you to take your clothes off. Neither are we going to be doing any burpees or squats. So I would like you to dress in something that makes you feel beautiful. So my question today is, are we all feeling beautiful? Are we all feeling sexy? All right. So I'm excited to dive deep into some very powerful self-love practices. So before I do that, I'd love to know, are we all familiar with Nutella? You know, that delicious chocolate spread, like, So my baby is currently 7 months old, and I have had my spoon in the Nutella jar for the last year and 7 months. Okay. So I'm going to give an analogy that we're probably quite familiar with. And I want to know, who here today feels like that last little bit of Nutella at the end of the jar, trying to spread yourself super thin on a freshly baked slice of bread? And that slice of bread represents the richness of life, right? With all of its opportunities, with all of its beauty, with all of its glory. And here we are trying to spread ourselves so super thin. Who here has felt that way? Yeah? Quite a familiar feeling. Who here often, or perhaps not so often, has reached a point where you question your own sensuality or sexuality, where you just feel a little bit disconnected from that part of you? Yeah? So I have another question. Who here sitting here today wants to feel more confident, more empowered, more sexy, more beautiful, more yeah? Yeah, the woo! And it all starts with self-love and self-appreciation. So my intention through this talk today is to inspire you to dedicate more time to yourself, to your needs. And the thing is that so often we as women feel that it's selfish to take that time for ourselves, right? We tend to direct so much of our energy to our family, our partners, our work environment, that we tend to serve from a very empty cup, right? But no, it's selfish to take that time for ourselves because we are, man, if we don't get it done, it doesn't get done, right? Oh. But here's the thing. When you can serve the world from a space of inner fulfillment and wholeness, man, everyone benefits. Everyone gets the best version of you. It's selfish, but it's a good selfish. It's a selfish without the negative connotation. So when you can dedicate time to refill your own cup, fill up that Nutella jar, yeah? When you can claim that time for yourself, create that time for yourself, then everyone benefits. So let's journey down how we can implement self-love practices to take ourselves to the next level. Yeah? All right, let me just figure out how this works. There we go. Okay, awesome. Right. So just out of curiosity, to those who are willing to share, what does self-love mean to you? If you can just raise a hand, and you're going to have to project your voice quite a lot. What does self-love mean to you? Is there anyone that would like to share? I'll give you the microphone. Yeah? Anyone? Yes? Oh, yeah, I'm bringing you the microphone. Hold on. Oh, you got a second one. Oh, that is fabulous. There we go. Thank you.
Do I keep this one? I'm just joking.
We'll pass it on.
Yeah, self-love. I raised my hand because I battled with this for the longest time. For me, this is who I am with my faults or my imperfections. This is who I am. I don't apologize for it. I love who I am. And whoever doesn't love it, well, I love me. That is what self-love is for me.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. Sure. Anyone else? Where are my courageous ladies? I need one more. Just one more. One more? Yeah? Sales? Where's sales? Yes. Oh, wow, you got thrown in the deep end. All right. So what does self-love mean to you?
It's I think besides loving myself, it's making myself as a priority. That's self-love. So yes, everyone else is important, but I am a priority. And if I'm feeling good, if everything else is around me is okay, then the whole world will come to be centered.
100%. Thank you. All right, so we're aware self-love is so important. And sometimes it's difficult to tap into that because, I mean, where do we even start? We hear this concept, self-love, self-appreciation. Goodness, where do we even start? So these practices have helped me personally create a much healthier, much more empowering relationship with myself. And through that, I have noticed that my relationship with my partner improved and the way that I show up in the world improved. And this is what I want to introduce you to today. So the first thing is time carved out for pampering. Yeah? Where you claim that time where no one else disturbs you and you pamper yourself. You do the hair, you do the nails, you do the waxing, you do all of it. You book a massage. Hey. And that time is solely for you to fill your cup. Right? And like I mentioned, when you feel beautiful, you show up in the world differently. You show up in the world with more confidence. The second thing is learning to say no. Yeah? How many times have you found yourself constantly saying, yes, yes, give it to me, I'll do it. If I want something done properly, I'll do it myself. Goodness. And the word no, you're like, oh, I feel so guilty. But learning to say no is one of the greatest gifts that we can give ourselves. Respecting our own boundaries. Because when we respect and value our own boundaries, firstly, you got to know what your boundaries are. But when we can respect and value our own boundaries and set them in place, it might make others around you feel a little bit uncomfortable because all of a sudden there's this massive change, but people start to respect those boundaries. We cannot expect people to respect our boundaries if we don't respect them ourselves. Does that make sense? So by knowing what those boundaries are, setting them in place, honoring them yourself, those around you will too. The third one, and this is probably the most important one, and it's how I start my day. Sometimes not so much. With a 7-month-old baby, some mornings I'm like, listen, I need a holiday. But most mornings, I try dedicate the first hour to personal development and personal mastery. So what does this look like? This looks like taking out some time to start my day intentionally through movement. Who here trains? Eh? Oh, is that? Yeah, yes, thank you. Yay, I can see those shoulders looking good. All right, so starting your day with a bit of movement, whether it's dancing, whether it's self-defense, whether it's CrossFit, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's yoga, whatever movement you're inspired to do, it's so vitally important. It gets the serotonin going, and you start your day feeling really good. Once again, you start your day with a full cup. Now, on the topic of training, I would like to send out an invitation to you, right? Get off the scale. Get off the scale. It doesn't matter, right? It's just a number. I would like you to get off the scale and be thankful for the physique that you do have. Knowing that you can sculpt and tone, it will happen. But right now, be grateful and thankful for the physique you do have. And stop breaking down what you have built over your lifetime, and that is yourself. Yeah? Work from a space of loving this body and watch how it changes. When we train and move our body from a place of, man, I've got 5 kilos to lose or 10 kilos to lose, or I'm really not liking how I'm looking in my clothes, man, we're not going to achieve much from that space, and it's going to be hard work. But when you can work on yourself from a space of, I'm doing this because I deserve it, because I am worthy, because this is a gift I'm giving myself so that I can feel more confidence in the world, man, that's a game changer. So movement. All right. Next is journaling. So who here journals? Yeah. It's a powerful practice. Such a powerful practice. And journaling can be anything from dumping all your dense emotions. I went for a therapy session the other day, and I said to my body talk practitioner, I'm like, man, there's so much in me. I just need to get up, but I'm finding it so difficult to journal. And she says, all right, well, what does your journaling practice look like? And I said, well, I invested in the most beautiful journaling book. It's got a leather cover with a crystal and the most beautiful paper, and I even got a feather pen to go with it. She's like, oh, of course you don't want to dump your nonsense in there. It's beautiful. So I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. So what I did was I took an exam pad, and that's where I dump all my nonsense, dump all my dense emotions, because I know that no one's going to see it. This is not for anybody else's eyes, but for myself. I don't even need to read it afterwards. You dump everything there and you throw it away. But it's a way to get everything out so that it doesn't sit in our body and creates discomfort, heaviness, pain. And then you can do other journaling practices like gratitude. I'm going to take you through a practice today that I really would love for you to implement because it is so powerful. That's what you write in your journal. Yeah? All right. The next one is meditation. Now, for some people, meditation doesn't quite resonate with them. So I'd like to invite you to either it's sitting quietly, listening to an empowering song or an empowering podcast or a great audiobook that just sets the tone. Or it can be meditation, or it can be breath work. Anything that really allows you to zone into the moment. That's what meditation is. It's not trying to quiet what we call the monkey mind, which is just this ongoing thing, goodness. It is about focusing. It is the art of piercing focus. So whatever allows you to exercise that quality, do that. Yeah? Awesome. All right, so what I would like all of you to do. How much time do I have, by the way, still? Do I have time? Yeah? Yeah? Sorry, just want to honor the schedule. Oh, fabulous. Okay, right, so today being the 8th of August, we're working with the numbers 8. So the 8th of August, 2024, all of the numbers equal to 8, which is a powerful manifestation number. So it's what we call Lion's Gate. So that is why all the exercises today is numbered 8. And when I took my staff through this exercise, I actually made them write 100 reasons why people should choose to work with them. But today, I'm only asking you for 8. So I would like you all to pull out your phones, right? Open your WhatsApp, open your notes, open your emails, wherever you can just, write down a few things. At last night's talk, we had paper and pens, but today we'll just, keep it in the modern age. All right, so I want you to first, we're going to dedicate 2 minutes to this. I want you to write down 8 values of yours. What do you find important to you? What are your values? Now, this can be anything from family, I value trustworthy, I value transparency, I value honesty, I value love, I value friendship. You can even take it a little bit deeper than that. What is important to you? And as you're doing this, I'm just going to continue talking. It is so important on a regular basis to reflect on this. Because when you know what is important to you, you are able to create life from that point. That is your foundation that others will also honor and respect. Know your values and build your life upon that. Are we done? Not yet? Okay. So as you're also doing this, pay attention to, does it flow easily? Like, is it easy? Do you know your values? Or are you having to right now kind of dig deep a little bit? Yeah? Some of you may be stuck on number 4. Dig deep, it's there. And what's empowering about this exercise is it just brings awareness. We're just shining the spotlight on parts of ourselves that perhaps have been calling out for our attention for a long time. Yeah? 8's done? Okay. If not, come back to it later. The next exercise, so just go to another page or just skip a few lines, is writing down. Ooh, this is my favorite one. And this is something that I had to do after having my baby when I recognized that my body changed completely. And slowly but surely starting to work my way back. But 8 things that you love about your body. Right? Not your mind, not your intellect, your body. And this is so super powerful. And this is the practice that I would like to leave you with today. To do as often as what you feel is necessary. Starting off with once a week. Finding what is it that you love about your body. And appreciating that. Yeah? Because once again, if you are someone who is an exercise enthusiast, when I say work from a space of self-love, it's quite easy to get the idea of it, but how on earth do we put it to practice? And it starts with acknowledging your own magnificence. Okay. Are we on 8? No? Why is it taking so long? Oh my goodness. Please tell me we're at least at 6. All right. Where are we, roughly? 8? Thank you. Okay. Ladies, this is something that I invite you to implement and have fun with. Don't take yourself so seriously. Have fun with this. Enjoy it. Because this is you investing in your personal excellence. This is ensuring that you can step out in the world and feel confidence without a doubt. Yeah? And through that new empowered confidence, you will inspire other women to do the same. And so the ripple effect continues. Yeah? Beautiful. All right, so my final statement for today, ladies, thank you so much for entertaining my quirkiness. I invite you to live the life you choose to live and live it well. Take a deep breath in for me. Hold that breath, and I just want you all to go, woo! Yes! Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Katiana. I don't know how you felt, guys, but I struggled with finding things that I love about me. If you asked me, say something nice about a friend of yours, you could list on, go on and on and on and find all the nice qualities. But isn't that saying something about us? We need to love ourselves. And don't be shy about loving ourselves. This has been an eye-opening. Thank you so much, Katiana. We really appreciate it. As a small token of our appreciation, a little something from Regenesys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right, so next up, Are you ready to be inspired with some movement? Our very own Deborah. Deborah, are you warmed up? Deborah is going to demonstrate Muay Thai with us. Am I pronouncing it properly? Muay Thai? Muay Thai, Muay Thai, sorry, Muay Thai to us. You'd think, Asian, I would know better. All right, do you need a volunteer now or just now? Just now. So you want to do your video first? No. Okay, you'll let me know.
And then someone's going to have to hold the mic. Okay. So hello, everybody. I'm definitely not going to go into all the details that were done over there. It was fantastic. I actually hate standing in front of people, believe it or not, even though I'm so ugly sometimes. I just don't like standing in front of people and talking. So I do a martial arts class called Muay Thai, which is a class that is done in Thailand, and it's about using your different points of your body. So there are 8 points that you use, which is your fist, your elbow, your knee, and your shin. Okay? And I want to show you some movement. So I want some music on, because this is the Thai music, and how you actually move with your partner. So this is fighting, but you can use it in any aspect. Okay. So, so when you start fighting, when I show a video, you can see that you're starting to move because your partner will be in front of you. So you put your hands up, okay? You defend this part of your face. Remember, the most important part to defend is your face. Then it will be your body, and then it will be your legs. Okay, so hands up in front of your face, okay? You are now doing the rocking with the music. Okay, and you punch. Jab. 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 Cross. Upper elbow. Back to the fighting. Elbow. Elbow.
I think all the ladies need to stand up. All right, ladies. So now we're going to show you the professionals. Okay? This is where women can do anything a man can do. Sorry, guys. So, brutal woman Muay Thai boxing. Okay? It's not brutal, but okay. So you can see the music. They back and they forth. Okay. Kicking. Using their knees. Hands are up, protecting the face. Okay. They hook in. Okay. All right. So just to give you some idea what it's about. But as the music goes, okay, they get more intense. So the music, funny enough, will get louder and louder as the rounds go on, because it actually amps you. It's the most funniest music, but because you're getting in the mode, okay, it's like this, like really la-di-da music, but it really gets you to move and to defend yourself. And later on, we're obviously going to have our gentlemen that are going to show you how to defend yourself.
but it's the basics that you can use to defend yourself. Okay. I do it for fun, to get release my stress in a day, and it turns out to actually really be fun, okay? As I've got older, my knee hurts, my back hurts, everything hurts, but I still enjoy going to these classes because I can take out my frustration on pads. It's not on somebody, so someone will hold pads for you. So maybe one of the gents can come up and I'll just show you.
Are we inspired? Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Deborah. I think the lesson there, Indirani just summed it up. Don't mess with Deborah. How are we feeling, ladies? Are we inspired? Are we energized? Fantastic. I'm going to call on our next speaker now. Lynn Gavender, and Indirani's mentioned earlier, she's a qualified pharmacist, and her area of interest is in integrative pharmacy. She works part-time at the moment consulting with regards to education and healthcare and lifestyle management. She combines various modalities to help her patients choose the best and most elegant option for health and well-being. So Lynn, welcome. Thank you.
Okay, hello ladies, how are you? Okay, this is going to be a tough one to follow because I have no idea I'm going to make pharmacy that sexy, but okay, so let's go with it. All right, so thanks once again to everybody at Regenesys and to all you ladies for having me today and for allowing me to share. So we're all in this together, so I just wanted you to take a breath because I want, if we could just center ourselves. Close your eyes for a moment and just take a deep inhale into your belly. Feel that belly expand. Hold for as long as possible and then release with a long, slow exhale, either through your nose or through your mouth. Keeping our eyes closed. Let's do another deep inhale. Feel that belly expand as if you've got a balloon in there. And now exhale with the sound. Nice. Okay, so that's the sexy version of it, all right? Okay. 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 Sorry. First video, please. Okay. So I just want you to watch this video. It's in keeping with us as ladies and just it's going to take health from a different perspective. It's more of a mental way of how we should look at ourselves and the attitude that we should carry around. So health is not only taking supplements, which is why what I'm here to discuss with you, but it's also the fact that we think, don't we? We feel, don't we? And sometimes we get in touch with a part of ourselves that we can't describe. So that part of ourselves, it's called many names. Some people call it the spirit. Some people call it energy. So I'm going to ask you today, I'm going to invite you with a question, how do you feel right now? But I'm going to ask you to keep that in your heart. We'll double back in a little bit. So Here's the video. I'm sure you've watched it, but let's go. Sound here.
Sister. Girl. Hey, queen. Hey, queen. Hey. Queen. Sister. Girl, you've done it again. You are constantly raising the bar for all of us and doing so flawlessly.
You do know that you're that girl, right? I hope that when you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, you see how divine you are. Know that so many people want what you got.
You have dreams to fulfill and promises to yourself that you must keep.
I know at times you feel underappreciated and misvalued. Trust me, we've all been there.
So it's necessary that you can count on yourself.
Now, don't go seeking perfection.
Extend yourself a little grace.
Don't be afraid to celebrate the little wins as much as the big ones.
You, Miss Thang, are courageous. You are dynamic. You are principled. So baby girl, just remember, respect is a minimum. There's a sweet justice in knowing that the path you are on was designed for you and you alone.
Doing right by yourself never goes out of style. Everything about you is majestic and a force to be reckoned with.
Trust me, people are paying attention.
You're special and worthy of praise. Don't shy away from it.
And you don't have to get your groove back because guess what? You never lost it.
Make sure your hustle doesn't get in the way of your health. Girl, take care of yourself.
And the next time you want to second guess yourself, don't.
So pause for a second right now and relax, relate, release.
You are needed, you are appreciated.
Girl, you make me so proud. And I love you. Remember, you are 100%
That queen.
Okay, today, my queens, I'm going to take you on a journey. All right? So I need you to imagine you are the finest aircraft that ever existed. Right? So you can be a Boeing, you can be a stealth aircraft, you can be one of those little, those little ancient, like almost like, I don't know what you call those things, like tiny little planes. Whatever you are, it's okay. All right? And today I'm going to introduce you to the pilot. So what do you think is the pilot? Nice. People paying attention. Okay, so that is a primary thing in health. It's called health advocacy. You are the pilot and you are the captain of your health. All right? You are the healer. Always remember that. Okay. So, in terms of being the captain, what makes the captain the captain? The captain has to make the decisions, doesn't the captain? So no matter what information is put across to you, you must make the decision to suit you. Okay. So that starts with awareness. So no matter where you are in life, and no matter what's happening, no matter what your condition is, if you're curious about health, if you're well educated, if you're credentialed, it doesn't matter. We're all on a journey together. All right? So, in terms of the journey, there's different things. So, basically, part of being on a health journey means you start off with awareness, then you take responsibility. So, let me give you an example. I'm stressed. I have this meeting. So much is happening, and I head to the fridge, and I'm chomping down so much chocolates, right? I'm sure lots of people can relate to that, but that's my example personally, so you don't have to take it personally, all right? Okay, awareness. It's not about blame, no shame, no pointing fingers. Why the hell are you having that? Another piece of chocolate. Is that going to help you? Look at your hips, whatever, you know? No, don't go there. Somebody's looking at my hips now. Okay, so my point is, okay, aha moment. No blame. I'm stressed. I'm eating chocolate. Now, here's the boring pharmacy part. Sometimes when you're eating chocolate, it means your body's craving magnesium. Wow. When you're eating crisps, it means your body is craving sodium. So the responsibility is, maybe I need to eat one piece of chocolate rather than the entire slab. And me gonna get myself some magnesium, all right? So this is where we are at in terms of awareness. Then we've got responsibility, and then the conscious decision or conscious choice to change. So, queens, are you coming from that space where you are aware of where you are in your health? Again, no judgment, no blame. You are accountable to yourself. All right. So the reason I brought that up is because today, in terms of our journey, I would like to give you a ticket with a special boarding code. I tried so excuse me today, sorry, I'm feeling a bit old because I tried a PowerPoint presentation, it didn't work out, right? So I need you to see in your mind's eye the word meds. So my script to you today, I'm dispensing a special ticket with meds. M squared, E squared, so that's MMEEDDSS. So the first one, mind control and stress release. Okay, so we're gonna look at health from different perspectives, and I will double back to this one because we're gonna look at each of those letters in the acronym and see how they can help us in terms of controlling our stress. Okay, so the second one then is medication. How many people here are on chronic medication? Raise of hand. Please, it's not an issue. Thank you for that. Thank you. All right. So the reason I'm asking is never stop your medication cold turkey. All right. You need to obviously speak to someone about medication, but the reason I brought up medication is because you have to be educated about your own medication. There's side effects to a lot of medication, you know? So it's not about stopping medication, it's about finding what's the right fit for you, and also knowing, ironically, that a lot of medication seems to create deficiencies in the body. I'll just give you 3 examples. If a person is on an anti-epileptic, what happens is that they become deficient in vitamin B6, vitamin D, and vitamin B co. So that's not like general knowledge, but that's where your health advocacy comes up. If you know you're on an anti-diabetic, you're going to be losing vitamin B12. So ask your pharmacist, ask your doctor, ask whichever health practitioner you're on this journey with to assist you, and then go and get what you need. Because your body is obviously going to be lacking it, especially if you take it long term. So for the E, we've got lots of lovely demonstrations, and in terms of exercise and our self-defense gurus up here. So I just want to mention the benefits of exercise. So we've gone MM, we're going for E squared now. E, exercise. There's an interesting concept. Exercise as snacks. Exercise in bits during the day. Because a lot of us ladies, we know we wear many hats, and sometimes you just don't get that hour to go to the gym, right? Okay, and I have a nod here, so. So what do you do? Snack-a-size. Bits of exercise during the day. All right, so that means put some music on and get your jig on when you're making supper, all right? Nice one. All right, take the stairs if you can. Walk up and down wherever you're working. In increments. What it does is that it actually boosts your own productivity. It increases your focus during the day because you're getting up off that chair and you're getting to do something that increases your blood flow. The other interesting thing about exercise, it actually really works in terms of stress release because the main stress hormone is called cortisol. So when you're exercising, you're burning off cortisol. You're actually physically releasing it from your body. Okay, so that's a big hint, and I mean, think about what happens when cortisol gets stuck in the body. You have inflammation, you've got chronic disease, you've got end organ damage. Okay, so that's enough for the boring, sad stuff. Okay, so look at the advantages of exercise. How can you have bite-sized exercise in your day? Okay, so even if you're starting with 5 minutes a day, 1 minute in the morning, do some squats when you're brushing your teeth. I mean, like, it's like nobody needs to see, you know, like, it's okay, you know, but get it done. All right. So the second E I'd like to speak to you about is energy medication. Any takers? Energy medication? What do you think I'm talking about? Good one, but different realm. Not quite. Okay, the energy I'm talking about. Remember, guys, I asked how you were feeling at the beginning. All right, so let's double back to that one. Now, I'm going to ask you again, how do you feel? But if you'd like to answer, you can put up your hand and we'll get a mic to you. Or just answer to yourself, how do you feel? Are you excited? Are you sort of bored with this academic pharmacist on stage right now? Are you uplifted, feeling academic yourself? Okay, so whatever it is, can I see that? Can the person sitting next to you see that? But you are feeling it, aren't you? So does it mean does it exist? So energy is a vibration that we don't necessarily see, but each of us feels it and each of us experiences it. So when I say energy medication, I'm not sure if you're actually familiar with things like Reiki. Massage is a form of energy medicine because when you go for a massage, what happens is the person massages you along your channels and they help you to release energy. And the energy they help you to release is called stress. All right. Another type of energy medicine is acupressure. Anybody heard of acupressure? Okay, so just your hand. If you have to take your thumb and just hold it almost as close as possible like this, the highest point here. That point, dig into it and press it and feel, and tell me if you feel some pain. Like really push into it. That's the anti-inflammatory point. It's LI19. It's a large intestine 19 in Chinese medicine. Okay. All right. Really push into it. Push into it, massage, as if you're pushing towards the bone. All right. Let me just put this down. Oh, thank you. All right. And then start to center yourself. So that's the deep breaths. Take a deep breath in and expand the tummy. Allow your mind to ruminate and think of whatever is stressing you out. All right? Okay. Okay, so basically you're going to be doing this after whoever stressed you out, and then you breathe out. Long exhales. All right. Take another deep breath in and release. You lightly hold it. You lightly hold it. What you're doing is when you get stressed, when a person gets stressed, anybody gets stressed, the body is ready to do something called fight or flight. So we either want to go Muay Thai on somebody, Muay Thai on somebody, sorry. Or we want to, like just run away and hide. So what happens is that the hands get the circulation. So now we can't think properly. We can't even engage our own emotions. So when you hold these points, they call first state emotional points. You tend to bring the blood flow back to the prefrontal cortex and you can make more, better decisions. Okay? Okay. All right. So next form of energy medicine, aromatherapy. Anybody heard of aromatherapy? Okay. So you get to use what you enjoy smelling because you again are the guys, you're the pilots. Okay, you are your own healers. So rose is uplifting, jasmine gives you confidence, lavender relaxes people. You get to figure out what works for you. The reason I'm saying this is because we went to the original M, stress relief. And why we keep on going back to stress relief is because stress actually causes between 95 to 98% of all the conditions that we experience. Okay, so a bit of an alarming fact. Laughter. Okay. Lots of studies were done, okay, in terms of laughter. If you laugh, they did a study in Britain a few years back. A happiness psychologist, his name is Dr. Robert Holden. He took clinically depressed patients. Clinically depressed means they're on like a bucket list of medication in terms of antidepressants, SSRIs, wara, wara, wara. Okay, so what he did, he didn't take them off the medication. For a few weeks, he told them to do 3 things. And of those 3 things, laughter was one of them. He told them to laugh, watch funny movies, 20 minutes every day. And at the end of the 3-week period when they tested, and how did they test, interestingly enough, there's a part of the brain, which is the left prefrontal cortex, you know, the part that you were holding with your left hand. That part shows a lot of activity when you're happy and upbeat. And when you're sad, it's like really low. So they actually measured it, and they noticed the people went off their medication. Okay, so that was reproducible, which means it didn't only happen with that one group, it happened with many, many of the people that they tested initially and asked them to do the laughter. The second thing was, surprisingly, deliberate positive thought. Okay, so he asked them take colored papers, and he said, stick them around your house, your favorite quotes, things that would uplift you. So you try it yourself, you know, on your mirror. Download that video of Queen, and whenever somebody's driving you nuts, you know, just like watch it again. Do things that uplift you. Okay, and then the third thing was our exercise. It actually shifts mood and cognition. So those people were obviously able to get off their medication. Okay, so the last energy medicine technique that I think is actually quite profound is breath work. And if you don't know any breath work techniques, it will be a major investment in learning one of them or any of them. The reason I'm saying so is because most humans on average, you can live without food for about 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Food. I'm like, geez, that's like, I'm hungry after a day, but okay, 3 weeks. And you can live without water for 3 days. But you cannot live without air for 3 minutes. So it shows you what a pivot breath and how we breathe is in terms of our health. Okay, so let's do a couple-minute demonstration. I know this is one of my favorite things, so I keep on asking you guys to breathe, so please bear with me. Okay, close your eyes. Okay, now I need you to imagine a stop street in front of you. It's a big red stop street. But this is not a conventional stop street. It's not a hexagon. It's in the shape of a square, but it has S-T-O-P written on it. So as we focus and we see this really bright stop street in front of us, I want you to trace the stop street in your mind. From one side of the square, let's breathe in to a count of 4. So I'll count and you breathe. Let's breathe in, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're tracing across. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Let's go down that stop street. 3, 4. Exhale. And hold again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe at a normal pace. And as you see the word stop, S, when you're in a situation that's not comfortable, means stop. The T, let's take a few breaths. Always deep inhales and long exhales. O, observe. Notice your internal weather. What's happening? What's happening with my body? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What's happening outside? What's the weather like outside? Is everybody screaming and ranting? Just observe. Is everybody calm, and am I the one that's screaming and ranting? And then P, decide and proceed how you want to go forward. So when you're ready, my queens, you can open your eyes. Oh, sorry, and my two kings here. A couple of kings. I've got a couple of kings. Sorry, guys. All right. Okay, so how do you feel after the breath exercise? Anybody want to share? Yeah. Say again? Excellent. It's the first step to meditation. Or what it does is it recenters you from the discombobulation outside. You come back to you, because that's your only point of power and your only point of change. Because no matter how much we scream, like I've got a 20-year-old son, no matter what I say, nothing's going to get in there, but I have to find peace with whatever or wherever I'm at. Okay, so if you got teenagers, you know where I'm going with that. All right, okay, so we had MMEE. So we finished with our exercise and our energy medicines. D for diet. Okay, so I'm not going to stand here and act like a nutritionist, guys. But I'm just going to give you a basic, some basic guidelines in terms of nutrition. Why is nutrition so important? Champion, it's your body's fuel. So in this aircraft, you know, the Stealth, the Boeing, whatever we're going with, that's your fuel. So whatever you decide to put into your body is what's going to fuel that engine of yours and keep you going. So if you're putting in fast food that creates lots of toxicity, unfortunately, you're going to end up with lots of ANAs, unfortunately. Okay, so you decide what you want to fuel yourself with. So in terms of food, it's an individual thing, because we're all individual. You know, as Indrani said at the beginning, each of you is a gem. And some of us are rubies, some of us are emeralds, you know, whatever you are, that's where you start. But I can't stand here and tell you what you need to eat, but I can give you a few guidelines. Like, carbs must be the last thing on the list. All right. So as ladies, we need proteins. Why do we need proteins? Okay, I'm really struggling with making this thing sexy here, but guys, help me out. Yeah. Why do we need proteins? Anybody? Okay, proteins form something called neurotransmitters. Our lovely masseuse spoke about serotonin. That's a neurotransmitter. It transmits in the neuronal tissue, which is the nerve tissue, and that's the happiness hormone. So you want to be happy? You got to give yourself some protein, okay? If you want to calm yourself down, you got to give yourself something called GABA. GABA is also a neurotransmitter made from protein. If you want to like just sit in traffic sometimes and cope with traffic, you need a bit of cortisol. You need a bit of adrenaline. They're all short chain amino acids, which are proteins. Okay, so proteins are that which gives life. So proteins are should be a big part of our meals. Okay, but lean protein, healthy protein. Healthy fats. Any takers on what a healthy fat could be? Avocados. Oi, I must tell you this. Somebody said avocado, but the person wasn't from it wasn't like with like English, so the way they said it was avocado or avocado. Well, you know I'm going with that, right? So I guess you can imagine what that person sounded like. But okay, avocados. Okay, avocados are excellent. Olive oil, nuts, seeds. Good question. So they are called mono unsaturated fatty acids, MUFAs, like Mufasa. You know, if anybody's watched Lion King, those don't affect your good cholesterol. The bad cholesterol is called LDL. And guess what gets LDL down? Exercise. High intensity exercise. Okay, you actually decrease it that way. And you also decrease it by having the MUFAs, because it's almost as if I'm standing in the space. You need to like shift me out. So to shift the bad cholesterol out, you put in the HDL, which is the good cholesterol, which is your mono unsaturated goodies, your olive oils, your seeds, your nuts, your avocados. All right. Okay, so basically, you're not going to like me too much after this, but opt for more whole food, plant-based. Again, your diet. Whatever your diet is, you adjust it to what suits you. Okay, so if you're not eating any vegetables in a week, just introduce one vegetable. Okay? If you're not having any fruit, start with a fruit, one fruit. It would make a difference. All right, when you start feeling better, you will start making the changes. Does anybody know what habit stacking is? Habit stacking. Okay, so habit stacking is when you take a habit that you've already strongly practicing in your life and you stack something onto that you want to introduce. So just say you are, like me, having that chocolate, okay? So my brain just thinks chocolate. So what I want to stack onto the chocolate, even though it's a bad habit, is have the piece of chocolate, but after that perhaps have a piece of fruit. So you stacks or a glass of water, 100%. And the glass of water tag is actually good for coffee. You have a glass of coffee, all right? But coffee is very dehydrating. So have your glass of coffee, and next to it have a jug of water, 2 glasses of water. So you can like me again. I'm not saying don't have coffee, all right? Okay, so increase your fatty fish for the omegas. Now, you must get good quality fish, because unfortunately, recently they've been saying there's lots of, like poison with mercury and things. So you need to look at what you're eating. In terms of that, you have to try as much as possible to get organic or as close to it as possible. In terms of fruits, it's not that easy to get organic fruit all the time. Sorry, did you want to ask a question? Oh, okay. So there's something called EWG, which is the Environmental Working Group. I'll try to send the stuff through, and then you guys can have a look at it. It's called Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen. So the Dirty Dozen is the ones that's packed with pesticides in terms of your fruit and vegetables and things. So those you need to figure out how you can do vegetable washes. Discam even sells it. It's like Soma, like bicarb and water, but they've got a mixture that you put into a couple of drops into your water. You just like throw your vegetables in there, and you let it sit for a bit, like about half an hour or so, and then you throw that water away, rinse it off, dry it, and then you're done. So it's not a mission, but it's about the awareness. And why am I talking about toxicity? Because toxicity causes the tissues of the body to create inflammation, and for us ladies, the sad thing about it is it creates the bad estrogen. Okay, and going further down that road leads to the breast cancers and things like that. So the toxicity is a big issue, and it's not brought up as much as and it's not highlighted. So it's like the body, you know, like when you get a cut on your finger, you get an ENA. Sometimes you don't think about it because it's not so big, but you still may have a bad one. You put a plaster on it, you forget about it, don't you? I mean, I'm not like heal, you know. The next day, or even a couple days later, has it not healed? So again, self-advocacy. Why did it heal? Because because you are the pilot. You are the healer. You are the captain of your own ship. So nobody else is going to be able to come to you to heal that. You heal it. So the investment that you put in yourself in terms of that time with the wash or buying organic and then going back to the dirty dozen, those are the things. And you'd be surprised. It's things like strawberries, blueberries, things that are quite healthy for you. But you have to either look for organic or consider the wash. Then the clean 15 are the bananas and things because you're peeling it off. You somewhere don't need to go and like rewash it and things like that. Okay, so I will send the link. You'll be able to pick that up from that link. In terms of dairy, if you are having dairy, please consider the RSBT option. Because again here, the hormone creates growth. And for us ladies, it creates growth in the wrong areas. So when you're buying dairy, opt for low fat and that specific RBST free because it's devoid of the hormone. All right. Sure. The
original process.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, it is a catch-22. If you've got a cholesterol issue, you have to go for the low-fat option because your body is converting different types of fats apart from the MUFAs into the bad cholesterol. Okay, but in terms of if you don't have that genetic, we call it SNP, which is a polymer in your genetics, then your body can process the full fat. The reason she's asking the question is because Greek yogurt itself is excellent, but the trick for Greek yogurt is you're looking for the ones with cultures. The cultures are what you want. It's not necessarily the content of the yogurt specifically because we're not using that as our fat, but it also has a very high protein content, so again, you don't necessarily need that fat. Okay, all right. So a hack when it comes to food. Planning and preparation. I think you guys plan everything. The fact that you work here, I know you guys are pretty organized. So why don't we do that for our food? Have you ever thought of that? I actually downloaded something recently. It's a meal planner. It tells you, it's got like blank spaces. What do I want to make that week? Then what do I want to buy? Because I've been noticing, I'm looking at this like organic blueberries, and then I'm wasting everything. So when you plan, you set your menus up to what you want and your family wants. So because this is not a boring process. I mean, you can Google. There's just so much on TikTok and stuff about how to make food better. Okay, so that's an important one. And in terms of supplementation, the same hack would also apply, and I'll get there in a bit. Okay, so Hippocrates said once, let food be your medicine and medicine be your food. Okay, so why will I be focusing on supplementation rather? 2 reasons: the toxicity, that burden that's created with all the pesticides. And the other thing about it is that unfortunately we have a lot of soil depletion. So the vitamins are not in the soil to go into the food. So in terms of foods, I just have 3 S's for you. Salads. Consider it. 1 salad. Rainbow salad, even better. That's like purple cabbage, your normal green cabbage. You can put some cashews in there, good fats. You can put a piece of chicken in there. You can put some lentils in there. You can put carrots in there. You can put peppers in there. You get where I'm going with this? It's what you want. Okay? And then make sure to add your greens. So rainbow salad, okay? 1 option. And if you do it once a week or once every 3 weeks, you're doing such a service to your body, okay? Second one, sprouts. Anybody know what a sprout is? We were just talking about broccoli sprouts. And I was going to tell them how good it is for them. Okay, so like, have you seen a seed after it starts to grow, the word sprout? It's starting to sprout, and this little tiny thing comes out with the little tiny leaves. So what's its future? A big, huge tree? So from that little thing? So you can imagine of how much of nutrition is stored in that. So if you start to get sprouts, it actually doesn't even taste bad. So what I do in my family is just gobble it up first, then you can eat your food after. 1 tablespoon, and then you can go up from that. You get so much proteins, you get micro minerals, and you get so much of vitamins from that little tiny sprout. So consider second S. All right. Third S, smoothies. Anybody into smoothies? Yeah. Nice. So, okay, I don't have to say much. But in terms of smoothies, monitor your ingredients. So just say you know now you're getting those ANAs and those aches and pains. Look for healthy fats. Look for oils that are in a liquid form. Or if you're noticing that you just like your skin is getting dry, put your avocado in your smoothie. It actually makes a smoothie quite creamy. You know, add a bit of protein in that. So you can add your nuts because nuts have both fat and protein in it. So you get to play with it the way you want to. Another small thing I wanted to tell ladies about in terms of the S's, the first S we were in a salad, is why was salad so important is because of fiber. The reason fiber for us is important is it's like a broom on the inside of you. So what do you think it's doing? Champion, it's sweeping. You can see us ladies, we're always doing work, eh? Okay, so it's sweeping out all the gunk. The other interesting thing about fiber is that it's called a prebiotic. Any takers on prebiotics, probiotics? Champion, there we go. Okay, so a prebiotic is the food for the probiotic. And what's a probiotic? It's the opposite of an antibiotic. All right. So a probiotic, it's pro-life. You would not guess how many millions, actually billions of bacterium we have in our gut. Each one of us that's sitting here. We have more microorganism probiotic in our gut than we have human cells in our body. They did a study on this one as well, and they actually found out that if you've got more good bacterium, you'll have less cravings. You lose more weight. Okay. So this is where things like fermented foods come in, like kefir, sauerkraut. Those are probiotics in terms of food form. You can also buy probiotics, but make sure you get good quality probiotics, and it's not about the billions and billions of units. You have to have the fiber to go with it, like apples and things, because it's like throwing massive amounts of seeds on barren ground and then nothing's growing. So that's what you're doing. You're literally getting expensive pea, people. Okay, so we don't want to go that route, okay? All right, so, okay. Another part of diet, hydration. We spoke about water, sorry? Sure. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, yeah. There's two ways to look at that. Something is better than nothing. Right? So starting from 0, and at least if we have 5% of the, because when they flash freeze, the theory is that you're keeping or you're retaining the minerals and vitamins. But in terms of the life force energy in that fruit, there's nothing. There's no, like, you know what Chinese would call qi? Yeah. There's no prana in it. Yeah. So from that perspective, it's the starting point. Because a lot of people have noticed it's difficult to make such big changes in a short space of time. So start small, buy the smoothie. As you get more energy and you start to experiment, you'll decide, and at that point you would have saved up for one of these fancy little gadgets, you know, the blenders and things. You get to make what you want. Okay, so the question again was frozen fruit versus fresh fruit. Fresh is always best. Okay, so how much time do I have? Oh, okay. And I never get to supplementation, guys. All right, so what can I end off with? Okay, so I'm gonna ask for the last video, please. So the other S's were going to be stress relief, because when you're flying your plane, we all experience turbulence, don't we? Every single person here has experienced some sort of stress. So that's the turbulence in your flight. You have to have whatever it is, either exercise, music, aromatherapy, the massages to help you deal with the stress. The last stress was going to be supplements, but I think we're going to have to take that for another day. Okay, so this is music as a form of stress release. So I'd like you to listen to it and close your eyes, because this was highly studied. I think it was even studied in Harvard, and they found out it's literally an anxiolytic. It measured up against Valium in terms of bringing down people's anxiety levels. Okay, so close your eyes and enjoy. That was just a snippet. There's a 10-hour version on YouTube. Okay, so it's to show you what, if you could use your own senses, you need nothing else outside of you to calm you down and to help you deal with whatever you have to. Thank you again, my queens and kings.
Lynn, thank you so much. I think you've taken us through so much information. A little token of our appreciation. Thank you so much, Lynn. All right. Before we bring the energy levels up again, we've got you all nice and relaxed. We're taking you on a roller coaster this afternoon. So Katiana wanted to actually say something. Katiana, you're still going to go quickly? She's got a surprise for us.
All right, ladies, I gotta get going. That was amazing. I mean, I was taking notes throughout the whole time, so we'll be in touch. Ladies, all of you will receive an email with a document that has got access to various exercise programs that are 20 minutes long. You can follow. As well as a breathwork video that really complements your talk. So there are, I think, 4 different types of breathwork exercises that you can follow within this video. And then details on the various massage therapies that we offer. So all of that will be emailed to you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, how are we feeling, ladies? Oh, I think we definitely need Beatrice up here because she's going to get us revved up. Come on, Beatrice. She's going to do a high-intensity training demonstration. This queen has no bounds with her energy. Do you want the microphone?
Yes, please. Do we have the music ready? Good day, everyone. It is such an honor to be in the presence of such powerful and beautiful women. Give yourselves a round of applause, ladies. You look amazing. So I know, Mel, that we're very cognizant of the time, so I will save my presentation for another time. So I'll go straight to the demo. Are we ready, ladies? I'm here to just show you something, and I want you to know that because we're so busy, honestly speaking, nobody has got the time to go to the gym every day and do an hour session. I'm in retail sales team department, guys. Believe you me, that department is intense. So I need to be hitting the gym every day for an hour. But I want you to know when it comes to high intensity interval training, all you literally need is 15 to 20 minutes each day, and you don't need the gym, okay? You can do this at the comfort of your own home. It can be somewhere in your bedroom, somewhere in the dining room, wherever it is. All you need, literally, of course. Remember, we've got our very own gym here. So all you need, ladies, is what I have here. Sir, could you be kind? Okay, let me do this. And you need, yeah, I believe. and you need a mat. And of course, you need a pair of dumbbells. Yeah, thank you. This way is fine. And by the way, you don't need this heavy pair of dumbbells. It can be 1 kg, it can be 2 kgs, it can be 3. anything is all, this looks very heavy. Who did this? Sefeo. Sefeo, are you behind this? Anyway, guys, I'll just do a demo. All you need is, sorry, thank you. Four different exercises. And from the 4 different exercises, all you need is maybe 15 reps of each. And if you can just aim to repeat 3 or 4 times. And that's it. Like I said, high intensive training. Guys, it's good for those that are looking at losing weight. If you're looking at maintaining your current weight, or if you're a Beatrice, you just want to tone up. So ladies, it's good to always ensure that things are intact. Okay, so can we have the music, please? Challenge we had, we don't have to be that intense today. We can make it very easy. The ladies push-ups, this is just how you go, guys. And remember to always ensure that you take your body all the way down. This is it. You can do this, but it's all right. Yeah. And like I said, you just gotta make sure that you aim for, if not 10, then 15. You got it? That's just 15 already. It's the part that I ate. The second exercise, ladies, is just to ensure that your tummy is always in. That's it. You literally just need to do this. Uh-huh. The push-ups were easy, right? This, ladies, this is all you need to do. You can go easy and just ensure that your tummy is tucked in. That's where the secret is. You got that, right? Perfect. High intensity interval training is nothing without squats and lunges. Awesome. That's better. Thank you, Sefe. Perfect. Oh, this is so light though. Squats. Right, ladies? Please make sure that the technique is right. You got that? This is how you do a squat. Should I do it from the side? This side. Are we good? You got that? Just 15 of those. There you go. Just 15 of those. That's it, ladies. This is how you do your lunge. You can play around with it. You can either do 3. And remember, whatever you do on your right, you've got to do it again on the other side. So, either that, or bounce twice, or just once. That's it. You got that? And what's nice about lunges is there's different variations. So it's either that or the left lunge. You got it? Play around with it. That's it. You can do this. Thank you, ladies.
Are we inspired, ladies? Are we going to be hitting that every day? right, ladies. So we've spoken about the physical, we've got the mental, we've got the diet, and now we're going to look at our chakras and our energy. We spoke about it a little earlier. And we have Penny Duplessis, who's going to be talking to us about how our thoughts and beliefs affect our aura and our chakras. So Penny has dedicated her life empowering others through her profound journey of self-discovery and healing. Overcoming significant early challenges, she embraced her role as a mother and soul provider while finding inspiration in interior decorating and color therapy. Training at the Academy of Color Therapeutics in the UK, Penny integrated color vibrational oils, sound vibrations, and counseling tools in her Antea technique therapy. Her work evolved with the creation of her own range of oils and methods for color reading. In 2012, she expanded into the Access Bar therapy, and today she continues to innovate with her Regeneration series and conscious communion treatments, blending her knowledge of color therapy with new dimensions of healing. Through her work, Penny remains committed to helping individuals find balance and wholeness, sharing her wisdom and supporting every step. So Penny, a warm welcome and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that introduction was longer than my talk's going to be. So I've been playing with energy medicine most of my life and just love it. So I'd like to just do a quick, I know you're all wanting to go home, it's late and time to wind things up. So I'd run various different courses on, as you've heard, on all sorts of different things. But I love to just show you where you can visually see the difference we make. And the difference we make just by our thoughts, what we focus on, how we think, and what we create. So I'd like to just show you a little demonstration. Who in here is very stressed at the moment? Okay, would you, she put her hand up first. Would you like to just come and be a guinea pig for me here quickly? Thank you. Who's middling stress? Like not hectic, but okay, thank you. Would you be willing to come up as well? Thank you. And who is really chilled? Cool, you were first. What department is she in? I want that job. Yeah. Okay, so do you all know what an aura is? Yes. An aura is the electromagnetic field around us. We all have an auric field. When we are very stressed, our aura tends to be much closer to the body. When we are middling, it's a little bit further. When we are very chilled, and especially when you do things like meditation or just being out in nature, playing with your kids or your animals, you're much more relaxed. Your aura is bigger. Now, the aura is also kind of represented by your chakras as well. So when I work, I've got these little gadgets. They're not gynecological tools. I use them to read auric field. And I can see then where the aura is around somebody. And when I do a consultation, I also look at everybody's chakras, so that you can see which chakra or energy center in the body is open and healthy and which is not. And it will show me by the way how it opens to which side, left or right. Sometimes they cross when you're really like in a bad space. So I'm going to do a little demo with these three lovely ladies here. If you two could just stand a bit further back and look at me, face me. So, first of all, I'm not going to tell it what I'm looking at. So I can just show you that it's kind of a representation of the intent that I set. And that's how it will respond. So if I'm not setting an intent yet, I can walk right up to her. Nothing's happening. So then I'll drop it. And now I'll set the intent. I'm asking it to show me where your aura starts. And I walk slowly towards you. And it will respond where your aura is. So you think you're very stressed, but actually it's not bad at all. This is normal. So if you could just stand I'm not finished with you, there to the left. My next lady who said she's not really stressed, just middling. There. Be careful you don't fall off the stage. Okay, thank you. Let's look at your auric field. Aha. Can you see it? It was much quicker, it responded quicker, and it's slightly further away. That means I'm stressed. No, that means your aura is stronger, so that's good. So if you could stand there as well. And now our chilled babes. Can you go a bit further? Now you're stressed, because now we're going to be checking you out. Okay, let's have a look. Show me the aura, please. Cool, you're not stressed. It's cool. Okay, now, no, I want you to stay there because we're going to play with you a little bit. So, whatever we think we create, not so. You've heard a lot today about being in the right state of mind and how you need to be positive and eat healthy and all the rest. I want to do a little exercise with you. This lady, what is your name? Umpile. So Umpile is nice and chilled. Or was. I want you, just for a moment, and I promise I'll put you back again. I want you to judge her. Negative. So like, oh, you think you're chilled, hey? I want your job. Because you don't work hard enough. Let's think of some more things we can give her to do. And like, just... So just in your mind, you don't have to do it out loud. Just say some like not so lekker things about judgment. You know what judgment does, huh? Okay. Now I want to show you what that thought she's not even aware of it. She hasn't known. She doesn't know how you're judging her. I want you to see how that affects her and her energy field around her.
Thank you.
Always wanted to do that. So you can see how she's closed off. No, that's fine. It's the way we protect ourselves. Let's have a look at your auric field. Oh, you had to get closer. Not nice, huh? So, how often do we judge others and ourselves? And look what that does. There's a wonderful Japanese guy called Masaru Emoto, and he's got a book called Messages in Water. And it talks about how the crystalline body of the water can be altered by words that are stuck on a glass. And words like I love you, when they then freeze the water and they slice it into thin slices and they look at it under a dark field microscope. And where the message was positive, it looks like a perfect snowflake. Where it was a negative word, it looks like sludge. Now, if we are all 90% water, what are we doing to ourselves when we judge others? And who do we judge the most? Ourselves. So remember that next time you're going to think about judging yourself. Okay. Now I want you to think amazing things about her. Oh, she's so gorgeous. I want a body like that. How beautiful is she? Look at that smile. Look at her twinkly eyes. How uncomfortable are we, first of all, with compliments? Because it's much easier to judge ourselves than to actually build ourselves up. But just look at this gorgeous lady. And now let's see, just by that thought, what's happening to her auric field.
Thank you.
Oh. How amazing is that? You can go and sit down. The other two I would like to keep. Thank you. So, didn't you love that last lunge? Because it was like bowing to the queen. So now, we all go through stressful times. Our lives are, it tends to be like one deadline to another, and things are always crisis management a lot. So there are tools that you can use that will help with this. So I make a whole lot, as you heard in my introduction. I make some oils that have amazing healing properties, and they're all linked to different colors. I use those to do color therapy, to do color readings, where you would choose 9 bottles and each relate to a different part of your life. And it's a counseling session, which is awesome. The Antonia technique is a massage treatment that incorporates colored oils together with sound. You saw how powerful sound is. And symbols, sacred geometry, in this beautiful massage treatment. Access bars is just holding the head and rebooting the brain. It's one of my favorites because it really is relaxing. Everybody falls asleep. And when they get up after an hour and a half, they feel like they've had a 2-week holiday. But one of my favorite things that I use to clear spaces, and spaces are the rooms as well as around our bodies, is I make a range of angel sprays, just because I love angels. So they look like this, and they're all different colors. And when you spray that around yourself, or don't go and spray somebody else, because then they think you're wanting to fix them. Because some of my students do that. The one lady says, I'll keep going to these concerts, and then I spray everybody around me, and they move away, and I've got lots of space to dance. That's invasive in my eyes. But what I find is that if you spray yourself, this one is interesting, I picked up the pink one first. The pink calms aggression and brings in love. And that's the way we are with others, as well as the way they are with us. We need crop dusters. When you spray, if somebody else is shouting at you on the other side of the phone and you spray yourself, they calm down immediately. Because you are changing the mirror. Because when you take it on and you believe it and you're getting frustrated and you responding, it affects them and you. And it just becomes it's like static, and it gets worse and worse and worse. So that's why I wanted to just do a demo with you two ladies, just to see where your aura was before, and give you a spray and have a look at the difference. So you were first. I want you to stand way back there. Give me a spray, baby. All I do is I spray it lightly around the body, and I always do it on the heart, because we always need a little bit of love on the heart. And you wait a moment or two. Doesn't take long.
Thank you.
Let's have a look at your aura.
How's Zezo?
And it's still growing. Thank you. Thank you. You can take that. Thank you so much. Are any of you interested in crystals? Do you have one by any chance? Are you wearing one? Because if you'd be interested, I would love to show you. I wasn't planning on doing this, but it's just so interesting. And by the way, you can use these to test water as well. When I run my Magic of Color course, I actually teach people how to work with dowsing rods. And then we look at water, just tap water and have a look at where the auric field around it is usually non-existent. And then we do that blessing of the water just with thoughts, sending love to the water. And you see how it changes. crystals are amazing because they respond that their energy will actually fill the whole auditorium. Because crystals absorb negativity to support you, but they have to be cleared regularly. If they're not, then and when the jug is full, it's going to crack, or you'll lose it, or it just will stop working. So let's have a look. I'm going to give you a different spray. I did bring a few of them out there just in case anybody wants to get some, and they're 12 different colors, and each one does something different. So that one was pink, and that was bringing in love and calming aggression. This raises the vibration in a space immediately. So you know when you have certain colleagues or family that come to visit, and before they're even there, you're in a bad mood. Because you've picked up their energy before they've even walked into your house, and they've dumped their stuff there. So if they've just had an argument with somebody, it can change the vibration in the space. And when you just give a quick spray of this in the space, it just removes anything of a lower vibration and brings in light immediately. So they're all different. They've got it between 15 and 25 different essential oils in each. And they've been chosen I make them all myself. And they're chosen very specifically for the intent I'm setting. So, how does that feel, baby? Again, if you can stand further back for me, please. Let's have a look. Look at your auric field. I don't even need to move. I can feel it already. Cool. Look. Yeah. Yeah. They are divine. They're all fantastic. I'm going to give you all a spray. Thank you. Thanks for being my guinea pig. I'm going to need you again, sorry, because I want to look at this. What do you want me to do? Well, just hold it for me, thanks. So this is her citrine bracelet. Citrine brings money in, by the way. If you ever can find even if you buy a bracelet like this, cut the string and share it with however many people there are here. Stick it in your purse. Don't do what I did in the beginning. Don't put it where the coins are. And multiplies the coins. And my bag was always so heavy. You must put it where the notes are. Indirani was saying it's also very good for the solar plexus because it is. It's yellow and yellow solar plexus. So that's, every color's got a challenge and a positive aspect. The challenge aspect is stress, fear, and confusion with the color yellow and the solar plexus. The flip side to the coin is joy and self-confidence and laughter. We brought in the need for laughter. That's primary for everything. So, I know it's going to fill the whole room, and how are you going to see that? Okay, do it here. Let's look at the aura of this crystal. It's quite good, huh? So you do clear it. You know about that. Okay, now I'm going to... So, whenever you buy a crystal, you must clear it straight away. And there are different ways. Am I going over time because I'm getting sidetracked? You either put it in full moon and sun for a full day, or you can cover it with brown rice for 24 hours, or salt. Those are different ways that you can clear crystals. Or you can give it one spritz of my stuff. So I've got crystals like big time everywhere. If I had to collect them all and put them out in the full moon, it would take me a day. I just go around once a week and I give every crystal in my house a spray. Thank you. Thank you. Sure. Got to recharge, supercharge.
are back. On your way home, on your banking app right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Aha. Feel that. Pleasure. So, thank you. No, how did we do that? Squat. Thanks, everybody. I think it's so nice to just see something visually rather than just hear it in the mind. Because then you see how important things are. Whether it's nutrition, whether it's what we, and bless your food when you're going to eat it. Just ask for it to have the highest vibration, to be in alignment with your body. And then you will create that expansion of energy in the food you're about to ingest, and it will really resonate with you and your energetic field. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Penny. That was eye-opening. I didn't realize you could test aura and see it.
Sorry, before I sign off, I'm going to give this on this side. If you'd like to spritz yourself and pass it on, so that you can all just get a little bit of lightness and love to take home with you. And that's this side. Okay, go for it. Go fetch the loved one.
Thank you so much for cleansing us, Penny. Thank you. Guys, a round of applause for Penny today. Thank you. And thank you to our volunteers. Thank you. After our session, when we close off, we've got one more demonstration. So we've calmed you, we've given you love, we've given you tools to your mind, body, and now soul. We are now going to show you how to protect all of this, because you are worthy. And something that is priceless needs to be protected. So we've got Asher and Zamir to show us a style of martial arts, or a style of self-defense called Krav Maga. And they're going to explain to us and demonstrate for us how to protect this priceless being, right? Ladies, are we ready? Our two gems in the room, our two gents in the room.
All right. Well, okay. Oh, microphone. Cool. Before I get started, we've been doing this for a number of years, and one thing I've learned teaching classes, teaching private lessons, teaching at all sorts of events is time is important. So if I continue talking and anybody's got to go, please just let me know. All right. Okay, where to start? Okay, Krav Maga, very quick. I'm going to run through this. It translates to combat touch. Close and in person, we always fight here. We don't fight at a distance. The point of it is to try and equip people to defend themselves. Now, after a lot of thought, it's like, what do you do in 10 minutes? Yeah, we could demonstrate a couple cool things, which maybe we'll get to. But more important than that, when it comes to self-defense, and this doesn't come from martial arts, this is protecting yourself. You can't overcome a lack of self-awareness or lack of awareness. It's like trying to out-train a bad diet. So the first step to any level of self-defense is being aware of your situation. So there's 3 things I want to share with you that doesn't require any training, any kind of movement, but could actually save your life. Okay? So before getting into martial arts and making a full-time career, I was in real estate. And what that means is every person calls you every few minutes and you're always on your phone. So I'd be walking down the mall, walking down the street, walking down an area, and I've always got my phone out and I end up talking. And that's a recipe for disaster. Why? You're distracted, you're not aware, and somebody comes and rips it out your hand. Okay? So the first thing that you can do, besides not texting all the time, which you want to, but if you're forced to take a call and you're not in a familiar area, simple thing, find a wall, find something behind you. This is safer than standing out here where Ashley could just run up and grab my phone out of my hands and run away with it. I'm making myself less of a target. So first thing, you got to take a call. It's in a mall, wherever the case is. You don't know where you are. Find a wall. Take your call over here. Second thing, you can improve on it. Ashley, if you don't mind. Sure. The best option is find a corner. Why? I can see what's coming. You're not making yourself a target. Okay, this is what you want to do. just to prevent it. Now, we've got ladies. Where's Deborah? Deborah disappeared? Deborah's there. Oh, there you are. So we've got people in the room that have martial arts experience, and a running joke for us is very simple. It's, what is the best block in martial arts? Go for it. Right. I like that. But it's not quite a block, so it's a trick question. Yourself, Melissa, best block? Up there. All right, everybody thinks of it like that. But in self-defense, the best block is 6 blocks away. You don't want to even be there. We could spend the next half an hour teaching a ton of moves, but don't be there. If you can avoid it, that's what you want to do. Okay. So the second thing, let's see. So we did the wall. What was I getting to? Oh, no. So the next thing is I'm walking out, I'm going to my car, whatever the case is, I've been targeted, right? I can see there's 3 scary big guys waiting by the car. I walk out as a guy. The usual thing is that arrogance, that machado. You walk out and you get your car. No. Lady, man, doesn't matter. I see 3 guys in my car. Oh, my keys. I forgot my keys. I'm going back in. It's not embarrassing. It's not a strange situation. Don't walk into danger. Okay. Last but not least, and these are things that you can implement, please, if you can just do the phone thing, it saves people and they don't even realize that it's saving them. And that's the point of it. So we'll be going to, let's say, an ATM or anything along those lines. There's 2 of us. You might be with a loved one. You might be with a male or a female. It doesn't matter. We're both going to the ATM together. We can either both look at the wall, look at the ATM, and be busy over here, or Asher can stand this side and just look that way. Why are we both turning our backs? We're here, I can continue, and we move on. And trust me, it doesn't matter whether it's a lady that weighs 40 kilos or a man that weighs 100 kilos, as long as you're just standing and you're looking this way. The would-be attacker, the would-be thief just takes a step back. Command your space. Okay, everybody's here, and we're talking about Women's Day, and we're talking about being a queen. Queens don't carry themselves like this. Just uplift yourself, chest out, head on a swivel. Don't look like a target. All these types of things are self-defense. Self-defense isn't necessarily hiya and knocking somebody out. It's the preparation. You don't want to be there. Those are the 3 things that I can impart to you, that we can impart to you. You can practice these things. You can put it in there. But now I'll ask for a volunteer, and we'll go through something very quickly. Yes, come up. All right. So while you come to the stage, I'm going to talk about something else very quickly. I would encourage everybody, try and get yourself into some kind of self-defense course or school. It doesn't have to be with us, but just try and get yourself there. But there's 2 things you need to look out for if you ever get to go to any kind of martial arts class. And going into a martial arts class is scary. It can be scary. I admire anybody who even just steps in. It's a beautiful thing because it's like, whoa, you have the guts to come in. 2 things. Respect. Does your instructor respect you? You don't want some kind of big bully out there. You want someone with love and intent that wants to look after you. If my job is to bully you, what's the point? I'm supposed to prevent you from getting bullied. I need to school you on that. I need to raise you up. That's the first part. Second part, safety. If you hurt, you can't train. If you can't train, you can't defend yourself. So yeah, there's a limit. There's a range of danger that comes with it. That's there. So now what we're going to do very quickly is we're going to learn a movement. Okay? And then I'm going to show you what the relevance of that movement is. Third thing, just to end it off there with what I'm trying to say. We come from different martial arts, we've seen different things, and how you pick a gym, how you pick a place to learn is simplicity. If something is too complicated, when that hits the fan, you don't remember what it is. You don't remember what to do. I could show you 10 different things for what we're about to do, but I do one thing because it serves 10 different purposes, and that's what we're going to demonstrate. Okay? So let's try this. So the first thing that we're going to do, I didn't get your name. Dineo. All right, perfect. So Dineo, what we're going to do is what's called a cross hand grab. Okay? That means I come in and I grab your hand and I start to pull you and I want to move you with me. Okay? And I'm going to show you a way to get out of this. Okay? So Ashley, you're going to hang on to the mic. Sure. No, Ashley, you're going to grab Dineo's arm. So it's cross hand. So I want you to come a little bit more this way in the middle. Okay. So we're going to go through this here. First thing, Daneo, you're going to relax. Okay. You're going to take the arm that's been grabbed and you're going to bring it up towards your chest, just like this. That's it there. Now, what you'll see when you bring it up, oh, keep going away from Mike. When you bring it up, his wrist is in a weaker position. Okay. When it's down, bring it back down. He's got a lot more strength. When you bring it up, it breaks it. The other detail there is you bring it close to your body. That's the technique. Close is strong, far is weaker. So you bring it close. Now with this hand, you keep it here, and this hand, no, here, and I want you to just take a step back. That's it, there we go. So let's start that again. So come back there, hand up, take a step back. Right, you're breaking his posture. Okay, now it gets a little interesting. Let's go back again. So hand up, and as you take your step back, this hand that's available comes up. Aha, you already got the idea. So let's try it again. Let's put it together now. There we go. It makes sense. It's together. So you come up, you bring the hand up, and you're going to bring it towards you. Aha, there we go. Now you can do it with me. So we had it here. You bring it up, close to you. Can you feel me resisting? Right, you take your step back, pulls me off. Hand comes up and slice down. Right, well done. That's your first move. Okay, now Daneo, if I can keep you here, you're going to hold this for a moment. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do this with Asher just for a moment because it's a little bit more trained, it's a little bit more movement. Right, Asher's going to do it with me. So I now grab him cross hand, exactly what we just did. And he's going to do the movement, takes it away. I'm going to grab him with a straight hand. He does the movement. He takes it away. I'm going to grab him with two hands. He does the movement. He takes it away. I'm going to come in, he's here, and it's a similar variation. I come in, I start to throttle him. He takes his step, he moves, same kind of movement. That's the point. So, there we go. Can you guys all hear me like this? Yeah. Okay, cool. That's a bit better. So, what I'm trying to encourage with this is any kind of practical self-defense revolves around basic movements. It's not a ton of different things. If he grabs me here, I should be going down there and up here. If he grabs me across there, I should be coming here and moving it through. Does it work? Yeah, it works. But when you need it, you just want to step through and move. Okay. So, do I have 2 more minutes available, or should we end? Okay. Then I definitely want to do one more thing with you today. The second thing is what we call the universal block. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's universal. With self-defense, we do this. If I come in and say, today we are training knife defense, and I come in with a knife, I've already failed as an instructor. There is no such thing as knife defense. There is defense. I don't know what's going to come at me. It could be an empty hand. It could be a knife. It could be just me coming into him. The idea here is to defend yourself. How do you defend yourself? If you have no training, the natural response is, ah! That's what happens. So we train it to just be, get the hands up. Because Danae and I will be having a conversation, we're talking, and this guy over here comes out of nowhere and he's going to punch me or whatever the case is. I don't know. I don't have time to turn around and strike and strike and strike. All I can do is get my hands up and protect myself in that moment. The next part of training is what you do after that. But what I want to put forward, and everybody can practice this at home, because just with 2 or 3 steps. Okay. The idea, come through. First, you want to have a nice, strong base. How do you get a base? It's as if you have to push a car. Now, we've got ladies in the room. Has anybody been in the situation where you had to actually push a car? Yes. Okay, great. I don't know why the men aren't doing it, but okay, no problem. What happens then? You don't push a car like this. You get in position and you push the car. So, Danilo, you're going to put your hands with me and I'm the car. And you're going to get yourself in position like you want to push. Right. There we go. That's nice and strong. Now relax. Good girl. Good. Good. So, that's the first position. You're going to go here. Relax. Second, the arms are relaxed. Okay. The arms naturally come up, relaxed, and strong. Okay. Wow. I don't even have to do much here. She's already got it. Right. Relax. Up and strong. Perfect. Keep it there. Keep it there. Right. This is the right position. Now, usually I have to go through and adjust here and do all sorts of things. Now, stay there. The idea is you don't know what's coming. So you relax again. And on the count of 3, you just throw this out. Don't watch my hands. Don't look for what's going on. All you're going to do is something's coming. Oh! I just want to put this out. So in 1, 2, 3. Not too bad. Not too bad. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you guys can see it from there. We're just going to rotate. All I did was come straight for a neck, but she's got her hands up. Okay. So that's what we call the universal block, and everybody can practice at home. So do it with me. You relax, and you just... There we go. One more time, and... All right. Well done, Danae. You've been awesome. So just to recap, looking for good martial arts school, look for, does it flow? Does the system flow? Is it basic? Are they teaching you 10 moves for 10 different things or 1 move for 10 things? That's what you want. You want simplicity. Second, does the person look after you? Does the instructor look after you? Does he care? Is he just seeing, that's somebody I can bully, or is he empowering you? That's the next part. And then please take these 3 things. If I can't impart a movement to you, which is impossible in the short space of time, take these 3 things. You need to take a call, get a walk. Better yet, get a corner. Right, you have the ATM. If you're fortunate enough to have someone with you, don't both be huddling here. Just relax. Just go look. That's all it is. Carry yourself.
Or even just one other thing to add to the ATM situation. If you're by yourself and you don't have anybody, don't huddle up in an ATM. Don't huddle up in any sort of situation. If you're packing things in your car boot, you just did shopping, you open up, don't put yourself in your car because now you've restricted all of your awareness. And guess what? The criminal can see that. They go in, they're looking for that. So rather, keep yourself up, go in as little as you need to, and keep yourself open, always.
Okay. So to end it off, one of the questions we always get asked as martial arts instructors is, when last did you get attacked? Truth be told, we haven't. We got attacked before, multiple times. We've been mugged, we've been in all sorts of situations, but what self-defense teaches you is to carry yourself. Carry yourself like you are worth something. That's been the entire message of the whole time that we've been here, is your self-worth, what you are. Carry yourself like that, look like that, and you don't become the weakest link. You don't become the target. All right. That's what I want to impart to everybody here, and thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it. Happy Women's Day. And we'll be here if anybody has any questions.
So Zamir and Asher, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for imparting the life-saving tips, ladies. Life-saving tips. We have had a wonderful afternoon of enliftment. So thank you for putting this together. Thank you to the events team and the guys behind the scenes, the production guys. I hope you guys are leaving feeling empowered. Are we feeling empowered? Yes. Are we feeling strong? I saw a beautiful YouTube video of a guy teaching a little girl how to swim. And she jumps in and she comes out and she's crying now because she's got water in her face. And he says to her, repeat after me. I am beautiful. I am exceptional. I am powerful. Now imagine saying that to a 2-year-old. Now imagine doing that every single day, how that 2-year-old is going to grow up. So ladies, it's never too late. Let's start now. I am beautiful. Yes, you are. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have some snacks outside. Please join us, and I'm sure our speakers would love to impart more knowledge on you as well. So enjoy the snacks outside, and thank you. Have a wonderful long weekend. Bye-bye.